As you already know, events can be amazing for promoting your business and for actually generating money on their own and driving a whole ton of leads for wherever you need to drive them. So there's a lot of benefit, but the one difficult thing about events is, of course, choosing the venue. So in this case, in this video, we're going to talk about choosing how to choose the venue for your kind of event. So there are a few things that you should consider. Of course, having a venue sometimes means that you have to pay rent on that, right? Not only is it expensive sometimes, but it's also management. You have to spend, talk to people, organize it, schedule it. That's your time. So what you want to try to do is see if you can do something outside, right? Of course, not all events can do this, but it's a first step. So like if you have an exercise group, why not do it instead of a gym, like outside? If you have maybe a meetup like for a hobby group, why not do it like in a nice park if you can, right? Or some kind of interesting outside space. It's not always possible. And then sometimes it rains or something like that, right? Or it's cold. So the second kind of a choice, the second level of choices that you have are coffee shops, bars, restaurants. They usually like events when the events are during non-peak hours, because during peak hours they're overbooked anyway and your event is going to add to the chaos. But during non-peak hours, it's basically like the place is empty and you're just going to be bringing them free customers, so they love you. And by the way, this video is kind of a part of a full course that I made on events. So if you need to promote events, make money, learn how to different ways to make money from the events, even think about event insurance and all kind of stuff like that. But mostly people have issues with event promotion and event monetization. I actually have a full course on this, a full event management course, and I'll have a discount link in the description of this video on YouTube. So you just click like show more, and there will be a whole course on this stuff if you end up finding this video helpful. So let's resume this video. So essentially, right, so you want to make sort of a network with coffee shops, bars in the area, restaurants, because if you bring people there during off-peak hours, people will, those owners will like you. The problem is that most events are, in the evenings and on the weekends, which are peak hours. So it's a little bit, because at other times people are at work, right? So they can't attend your event. So you got a little bit of a conflict there. It's not always easy. So the next thing that I suggest is network around and especially find office companies that have office spaces, and the companies should be kind of targeting the same people that your event draws, so that the company would have incentive to sponsor your event and give you the free space in the evening, like, because usually they have meeting rooms which can hold like 10, 20, 30 people. And what happens is those companies, well, they just got in front of those 30 people that you brought, right? So it's advantageous for them. They lose nothing. They already have the space. And it's good for you because you don't need to pay for this event space, event venue, right? So it's kind of a win-win. Of course, you can also outgrow that space, and at some point you're going to have to, if you do outgrow it and you get to like 50 people attending, 100 people attending, what you can do to calibrate this is, as you start growing, like let's say your event is free, well, at some point you might start charging a nominal fee. So it's like when it gets to be like 100 people attending, right, maybe for free, maybe charge a little bit, and then you'll see like only like 30 people will come, right? And then your event is back to being manageable again, and the people who came are the best people because they really care, because they actually paid, and they scheduled it, and they didn't flake, all that kind of stuff. So usually people who pay, they're serious. So actually people who don't pay, how good are they going to be as a customer or as a lead if, like, if it was free they came, maybe they were just mildly curious, but really they didn't come like for even a couple of dollars, right? So that was, if they can't afford that, what are they going to spend with your business? So they might not even be bad people to sort of lose, and then you kind of identify who are the people who are open to paying. And so you can kind of calibrate. You raise the price, you have smaller attendance, but as your marketing improves, you have more attendance, keep raising the price, all that. But at some point you'll outgrow that, and at some point you will need to get a bigger space. And hotels often have like large rooms, like they call them ballrooms. And if you even outgrow that, which is almost nobody outgrows that, but then you can have sort of like conference spaces where there's multiple ballrooms. But really, for most people who are just starting out, it's really about being creative and figuring out outside coffee shop, restaurant, bar. Those are like the free options for venues. And then the other free options are like networking with companies, networking with your peers, and figuring out who has office space, and just contacting different people and getting to the right people who manage the spaces and getting them to okay. It's a little bit of a pain because sometimes they have to ask permission and they don't get back to you. You have to get back to them, and so it takes time. Then they find a reason why not to do it. So it's like you have to contact multiple people like that. So sometimes it just takes a long time. So it's better if you can do it, without a venue. But also, some venues are not hard to get. So these are the kind of levels of venues for different events. You should always consider the weather. You should consider also the demographics for your target market who's going to be attending, because if you have like a very high-end event, they might not want to go to a coffee shop or a bar. So always have those things considered. But generally, these are the tips for different kinds of sizes and kinds of events. These are sort of the venue considerations. And of course, if you really are serious or really need help growing your event series or a single event, I would strongly recommend that you check out my full course on event management and marketing. I based it on my exact experience of building my own successful event series, which I took from like no attendance to hundreds of people per event, and paying people. So I kind of know this because I've done it, and I'm excited to share what I know. So anyway, I'll have the link with the discount code in the description of the video, so you just click show more on YouTube and you'll see it. And I wish you good luck with your events. I hope you have success with them, and I certainly welcome you to check out my course, because I know it's going to help you a lot, and it's going to help you to make your events more successful. And hopefully by making your events more successful, it will help you pay. The course should pay for itself, and hopefully many fold. It should pay for itself if you use the strategies there, because it will help you to make your events more lucrative and more successful. So anyway, check out my course, and thank you for watching.